Calendar yearly major update 11/10/2012, 9:26 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Interactive Week Internet. This is a major internet index. We've got a very, very diversified part of the actual internet type of stocks, the backbone of the internet in here. You've got stocks in this one, you got the Googles. FFIV happens to be one that missed their earnings, and we're looking at where this one, because eventually, if it gets low enough in price, it is a big part of the internet, the backbone of the internet, and it has been missing its earnings. You have Yahoo in here, but what are the driver in here? You've got Amazon, Google are really the backbone of this particular index. Is going to be Amazon and Google in here. Those are the key focuses in this one. Those are the bellwethers. Those are going to be the leaders. You got the price line in here. Let us not forget that. The other bellwether that we already know is going to be the Qualcomm. Red Hat has done well over the last couple of years, but it too is having struggles and problems. Old beaten down rim is in here. So there's variances of names that will perform in here better than others. You got Baidu in here. So it missed earnings and came down. What we will take a look at, what is the importance of knowing it? Well, it's a major, 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 major part of our broader market. I'm going to draw a trend line right there. That's the weekly trend line. The reason why we're looking at weekly charts, we got a little bit better. We can take a look at that great rally. Now, remember, this index led the rally of the broader market. When we corrected and went short, we got the weekly support levels, but guess what it did? It led the rally back up again for the bull. Now, we have another one of these weekly reversals in play. You're below the 10-week, the 20-week. You're sitting right here with the 50-week, and you're about ready to crack that 100-week moving simple average. What I will show the MMT very clearly is here's what happens. You break this trend line, there's no support level until we get down here. That's going to be this major support level right here. So for names such as Google and Amazon, if they continue to break lower, this will break. So once again, it's part of the bull structure and bear structure within broader markets. Therefore, the individual names in here have had a horrible, horrible earnings season. Now, with the fiscal cliff and everything else, with lower GDP growth potentially, if there isn't a resolution within your Congresses and everything else, a lot of these names will continue to sell off. They were a great tool for the broader rally of the overall broader tape. Technology, internet, they've got to all be performing. They go hand in hand. When they correct, the markets go down. When they correct, as you know, markets have been selling off. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 weeks here below that 10-week moving average, and it's tilted down. That means that this great bull that we had here, this was the top of this last reversal that we did in the calendar 2012 now. And at times, when we hit those major support levels, and yes, you could say that there are names in the indexes that are short-term macroly oversold, that November, December are the best rally months in Wall Street. However, if there isn't going to be any resolution and that uncertainty is the same, we could have a month, these 2 months could be very soft. And if we don't get the right things done, that means that this particular index will lead down and the broader markets go with the internet stocks, period. And it is internet now and the backbone of the internet. These are all the names that have to deal with the internet. And there are some big daddies in here, like I said. There's that Netflix trade. There's the things that have a lot to do with the internet, like Digital River and Akamine up here. But we already know what the bellwethers are. Broadcom's in here. We already know what they are. And those are the names that we will focus on because it's going to be the names like the Googles, it's going to be the FFIVs, it's going to be the Amazons. When those stocks hit their bottoms, but those stocks want to rally back up, and if the fundamental changes, it's going to be those that rally, like the price lines. And the big bellwethers, we only picked a couple out of here. It's going to be Google, it's going to be Priceline, it's going to be Amazon, period. The rest of them are leaders, but they're not as big as movers. But this is the story about the internet and how the internet works and the names that have been put in the index that are key factors to the healthiness of this economy. And the earnings picture sucks right now, meaning that we've had an expansionary earnings growth since the bottom of the 2009 move. And just like back in the 30s, we hit these expansions. They run about 38 months, but right now there's a lot of stuff about the fiscal cliff and about budget cuts. And you got QE3 in there. They're trying to save the markets. They're trying to do everything, but there has to be a resolution. And the resolution is, where do the earnings lower end of those mark down? They've been marking the earnings down for the last couple of quarters. And what I always say is, if you mark the earnings down low enough, then the market can find support because they'll be able to meet or beat or exceed those earnings in a lower growth environment, which would be great for the bull pops when that occurs. Internet stocks are very crucial, and the names in them.